Hello. I think on this issue I'm going to be brief, real brief. 10 minutes doesn't tell the whole issue that you could really look, that we could study. It's just a brief overview of what has happened in the Gulf of Mexico and what it is bringing to light. I mean, we really have to look at where this all came from. And we could start over 100 years ago with the Arky, starting the Iranian, or what is it, the Anglo, it was the Anglo-Persian oil company. And that soon morphed into BP. But throughout the history of BP, and throughout the history of the Middle East within the last 125 years, and within the world itself, you know, it's been politics of oil. I mean, it really has. I mean, everything right now is directed onto the Middle East, and, you know, we could go over, and especially Iran. Iran and BP have been in and out of agreements for the last 110 years trying to figure it out. And not only figure it out, but who controls the oil, who doesn't control the oil. You know, even when it woke me up and saying, what are these British companies, you know, really never thinking about it before, but what are these British companies doing in our Gulf of Mexico? BP, from what I understand, is owned by the British government. It is owned by the British government. We don't need it. We don't need it. If we want to pump in our own shores, we'll pump on our own shores. BP could go back to the Middle East. They've been to Alaska. They've been fined for spilling shit everywhere. You know, they're in our Gulf. They're in the Middle East, you know. And we're looking at wars, and we're looking at coups that have happened to where it involved BP. There is a lot of blood with this oil. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of puppet governments. There's a lot of regimes that don't belong there. There's the Iran-Iraq war. It could have been designed to just destroy the refineries of Iran. Who gives a shit about the blood count or the body count? You know? After that, Iran was destroyed. Their refineries were destroyed. And who put Saddam Hussein into power? Was it America? Because we did it. We did the coup in the 50s under Eisenhower, to where we put BP back into a partner with Iran. Now there's a lot of things here. And there's a lot of history here, and there's a lot of thought that needs to go into the Middle East, and there's a lot of thought that needs to go into who we are as Americans and what we want. You know, we cannot have our history being controlled, or not our history, but our future generations being controlled by the money and religious fanatics of the world. It cannot happen anymore. This is our environment. And if we really look, this has potential down in the Gulf of Mexico of really seeping into everyone's lives in America because of the recycling of our atmosphere. You know, anything that's in that water is going to go up. When they talk about it evaporating, it is a big deal because it goes into our atmosphere and it rains down on us. So we have to wake up. There's no doubt about it. We've been drug into wars and bullshit and everything just because of the fight between private and government sectors on who's going to control it. How about we control it? If we're the people, then we control it. I believe government is more to the form of a community than corporation is. There's just no doubt in my mind about it. If you were to make me choose between corporations or government, man, put me on the 90% to where I have a vote and I have a voice and I have a definitely a direct share in what is going on within my own environment. Not give it to some corporation, especially a foreign corporation. That's crazy. And that is what we have been doing. Russell Means of the Lakota, I want to quote him. For he said to us, "Welcome to the reservation, boys." Here it is. The waking process, everybody, you know, it's such a cliche anymore. You gotta wake up. No, you gotta realize who's the real stakeholder, who's the real shareholder in the needs and the cherishment of the people of this land. All the peoples of this land. We must not wake up, but realize. We must really begin to realize that we can live as commodities and consumers, or we can live as citizens within communities. What has happened is wrong. What is happening is wrong. Throughout the world, economic blocks, that's an important word. But out of 50 economic blocks, or 100 economic blocks, the top economic blocks are corporations, not countries, not the peoples of those countries, but these corporations that hoard and just hold and rule. This is a government for the people, by the people. For now. No, but this is a time to really realize, and to start studying where all this crap came from. Oh no. Obama said change years ago. The American people right now need to realize this. And it only comes in 4 words. Value change for survival. We're brighter than what others have made us out to be. If we really start to dig a little bit and start to understand who we are to each other and the importance we have to each other. We have to realize, man, value change for survival. But no more, man. I'm just so tired of this. No more. Why can't those people lower themselves to our level? Why do they have to rule over us? Tell us where they're going to pump and where they're going to dig and where they're going to spill and where they're going to make war. Now, value change for survival. It's time for us to realize those 4 rules. Anyway, just giving my 2 cents for whatever it's worth, you know, not much.